Alright, yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to DC Universe Online. The latest game update just came out, and it was the nature springtime event, and then also on top of that they added the new game survival mode. So I guess I just mostly will be talking about that and then doing maintenance, stabilizer fragments and vault and stuff like that. So my combat rating is too low to be able to play the new survival mode, and I was trying to play it on the test server, but I kind of hopped on a little bit too late, and so there isn't really anyone on the test server right now since the game update already got released. So I haven't actually been able to play it yet, but also didn't play the first one because again my combat rating was too low when they released it, and they didn't keep it. It was really temporary when they did it the first time, but I remember there was some really cool gear that you got from it. That was the Kryptonian themed one. There was the Fortress of Solitude 3, so the one that's just an arena. Which made sense, but I remember the rewards. That was the first time where they implemented that feature in some of the armor where it looks like power or energy is kind of going through it. So it was a really sought after item. I think it was a Zod themed piece of armor with energy going through it. So I feel that was probably 2 years ago or so. They haven't really touched it in a really long time. So I was watching the live stream and they were talking about how they kind of pulled it out of the game and wanted to bring it back and fix stuff and stuff like that. I haven't heard too much about how the actual gameplay of the survival mode is. I think that the rewards from it are being pretty well received because they are really unique. So most of the cool ones are all trinkets. I think I could go through to the vendor right now actually and show you guys. I mean, I'm sure most of you've seen it already. I have new mail too. So I'm thinking about using some of the legend tokens that I have to just change my movement style or movement mode, just because acrobatics is kind of boring. So I might just change back to super speed in a little bit, or I might change to flight because I don't really have. That's annoying. I don't really have that many characters with flight, so I don't know. I'm just looking to kind of change it up a little bit. I still kind of like using just light. So light's pretty fun, but I could also change my power too. I don't think I've spent any of my legendary tokens. I don't know what the currency's called. Is it called legendary tokens? I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. I haven't spent any of those in a really long time. I mean, I could probably just buy stabilizer fragments or something like that. Oh, and a tip. I do appreciate everyone in the comments giving me tips on stuff like that, especially with the broker, just because the broker goes so deep as far as stuff you can really know about it, and I don't know that much about it. Someone said that some of the items weren't showing up on the broker because my method is basically I go on and compare my items to the items that are there, and then figure out how much to sell mine for. Some items weren't showing up and I couldn't check the price on them just because I had the box checked that said usable by me. So I guess sometimes some of the items will show up if you uncheck that box. I'm kind of stumbling over my words here, but you guys get the idea. So in the future I will use that technique for sure. Spring event is so classic. All the seasonal events are super classic. I think they've always used the same ones for just years and years. So it's just funny when it comes back. I do want to change up my style too. I might change. What if I change to super speed, electricity?
Fertilizer for her children.
Oh, that voice sounds weird. I don't know about that. I don't know. I gotta check out how much of that currency I have and see what I can change really. So if you haven't noticed right by now, it's probably you can't hear the banging of my keyboard. I'm using a gamepad to play right now, the controller. So it's a little easier on the mic, but my muscle memory for hitting the combinations for light is with the keyboard, so I'm trying to learn it with the controller now. It's a little bit different. I can't get the single target one right with the hand clap. I never really liked any of the rewards from the springtime event just because I don't know, they really only fit well with a nature character, and nature is one of the powers sets in the game that I just really don't use. Yeah, so I have the Xbox One controller plugged into my computer, and I feel like it's not super reliable. Like the connection cuts out sometimes, so that's a little bit annoying, but other than that, it's good. Why are there two vendors? Oh yeah, I mean, so I'll just show you. Like, the one of these at the bottom is kind of unique because it makes your body look like a tree. Let me pull it up so you guys can see it. This one. See, that's kind of cool, but I mean, you wouldn't want to obviously ever wear that or use that style unless you're like a nature character. So I just would probably never use it. See, I don't know where I got all this currency. I have 201 of these things, so I could buy this full set of Fallen God. It's item level 165. And all my stuff is 150. So I could do that. Let me see what I can do with the corks. I'm just behind on all the vendors and stuff like that. Like, I'm not even sure really what tier I'm really in right now.
Have a fine day.
Corks is Stara, right? I know. What is this currency called? Source mark?
Each piece of enhanced battle armor is available in
I could get this
multiple
too.
combat roles and
Kind of sick.
customizable-
Okay, so this will adjust. I don't know what's better, if it's a piece that'll adjust to up to 192, or I just get a 160. Gang War. Yeah, that one goes to 172. So this is the one I think I want.
Each piece of enhanced battle armor is available.
What do you
in
use with the
multiple
corks though? Which vendor is that? So that was 180. I think I'll just cop a bunch of
Have a
these
fine day, combatant.
because these are 190. All right, let's just start buying shit. So what's our lowest piece? Chest is 151. Everything's pretty much about the same.
Each piece of enhanced battle armor is available in multiple combat roles and customizable colors.
Hopefully I'm doing the right thing and getting this now. Okay, I'm 175
Have a
now.
fine day, combatant.
What item level did that go to? Oh, I went to 55. What? I feel like I should buy this, which is going to give me straight to 165. Right? Doesn't that make sense? God, fuck, I don't know. Alright, I think I'm going to say fuck it. I'm just going to change to super speed. Super speed or flight, though? I kind of want to do flight because I don't have anyone really with flight. Fuck it, let's do flight. Okay. Respec token movement. And we can change power in a little bit once I get the next one. Flight. Let's go, baby. I have 108 skill points. Holy shit. Oh, did it take all my shit out? All right, I know we didn't play that much content in this episode, but this is just another one of just me literally just figuring shit out as far as gear goes, change our movement style. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm totally butchering this whole progression of the gear, because I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, I'd assume that I should buy up this one and then buy up the last one last, since this one scales up to higher. Yeah, and then do this one last, and then hopefully I can play the new content. I mean, let's see what content I can play now. Let's just go to 2-player. So I can't do these, so I can do some tier 8. So I'm in tier 8, looks like. It's like first half of tier 8, lower tier 8. I can do most of the alerts. Check out the raids. Looks like I can do almost all the raids. A little more than half of the raids. So, I mean, I should be in a good place to start playing some new content in the next episode. But yeah, this is just, you know, you guys saw. Thanks for watching, though, and making this far into the video. And I will see you guys in the next episode of the Let's Play series. Peace out.